Welcome to TCH Live Poker as we get ready for tonight's tournament taking place down in the Rio Grande Valley. It is the 10K in a day, part 3. So we'll go around the table real quick, let you know who's lined up where. In seat 1, we have the short stack, Jason. He has 575,000 in chips. Seat 2, we have the very first champion of this event, Tokayo. He's in at just over $1 million. Then we got Leo sitting on $3 million. Goose was the winner of the second rendition. He's in at $2 million. We got Alex in seat 5, right in the middle, 3.2, second place overall in chips, and the chip leaders to his immediate left. Seat 6, that's going to be Angel, 3.9. Gibbs at $2 million. Miguel at 1.1 million, and rounding out the field is Cesar, who won the 25K event last month. So 3 former champions in tonight's field, 1.6 for Cesar. As we are getting ready for hand number 1. We are live on the YouTube chat. Looks like we already have some action in there. So we are live on the YouTube chat. First hand. 10K in a weekend. And looks like everybody's folding thus far. Heads up we go. Blind versus blind action. And Tokayo gonna pick on the short stack here and take it down. So we will break down the payouts here, as it was 10,000 guaranteed. 10,000 guaranteed, but prize pool wound up being 17. Yeah, they might work on a new graphic there, but so over 17K in the prize pool. First place going to be winning over 5,000. $20 buy-in for this event, as we have Goose. He was the winner of 2 months ago. Folded around to Miguel. Has the pretty Jack 10. And looks like he's going to be coming in for 3x. And it looks like he's going to take it down. Yeah, so production crew working on a new graphic for me. But we will break down the payout. As a matter of fact, I do have the payout here on Poker Atlas. So I can tell you the payout, and then I will show you the payout. So $17,290 is the total price. So first place, $5,210. Alex with the ace, under the gun, maybe 2.5. Of course, the min raise going to be 200, so maybe 250. He is under the gun, though, but he is second in chips, so he's going to put those chips to work. And he's going to go 225, just over the min raise. Oh, Leo with the aces puts on the quick 3-bet to 600,000. I do like this sizing. So nice sizing here from Leo. Less than a 3x re-raise, out of position with the 2 black aces. You can see this pot's already over $1 million. Be interesting to see what Alex does here. Wow, nice lay down from Alex. One of two players over 3 million in chips, and really doesn't want to get out of line just yet. So you can see the chip leader there in seat 6, Angel, and with that pot, that's going to take Leo into the 3 million mark. Alex exactly at 3 million, and Jason still the short stack. Really the only player under the 10 big blind mark. And if you know anything about poker tournaments, that is the danger zone. When you're under 10 big blinds, you're really forced to play a hand. You can no longer wait around. A lot less maneuverability. Goose with the ace queen. Angel did put on the raise. Let's see if Goose puts on the 3-bet. I actually like 700 here. And Goose is going to go 625. Even though ace queen's a very strong hand, out of position, a little vulnerable, especially against the chip leader, which is why I do like a size up. Not to say that he wouldn't call the 700. He calls a 625, and we're going heads up. Goose should be putting out the continuation bet, maybe sizing down, but it does look like he does check. Ace on the river. Let's see if Goose checks again. I actually like a check here. But Goose is the one who's won this event before, and Goose isn't going to mess around. I actually understand that. There's already 1.4 million in the pot. He has 1.2 in his stack, so no need to get tricky. Keep in mind the blinds are 50, 100. So basically a million in chips is 10 big blinds. And that's essentially what Goose had in his stack. So no need to get tricky. And Goose will take it down. And with that pop, now Leo is our new chip leader. So Leo not even playing a hand, or not playing that hand. Takes over the chip lead just barely over Angel, who lost the previous hand to Goose. Gibbs with the 6s. Does have over 20 big blinds, but he is under the gun, so he is going to let it go. Cesar taking it up to 300 with the 5s. Oh, Alex with the ace-king. Are we going to see an all-in here? Nobody has been knocked out yet, so I don't think the players are going to be super aggressive just yet. Yeah, what's the size in here? $875 announced. So another $575 for Cesar to call. And that's going to take his stack to less than $1 million. So he doesn't want his chip stack to dip under that $1 million mark. So he will fold it and Alex will take it down. All right, production crew said they gave me an updated banner. And let us see the updated banner. There you go. So it's a $20 entry, not $200 entry. It's a $20 entry with unlimited add-ons and rebuys for $10. So built the prize pool of $17,000. First place. First player being knocked out is going to be 510. So far, I believe we've seen three bets. Yeah, we've seen three bets out of the first 6 hands. And the players had it every time. Ace-10 raised under the gun, got 3-bet from the small blind by aces. King-Jack raised under the gun, got 3-bet by ace-queen out of the blind. And you saw the hand just now, the ace-king 3-betted. Yeah, Gibbs just going to let it go here. Doesn't want to give off a time intel, so just going to take his time to fold. If he has a strong hand or if he has a weak hand, he's just going to take his time. As I mentioned earlier, this is our 3rd edition of this tournament. It did start off, the very first one was 10K in a day. We did it on a Friday, started at 4 in the afternoon, and great turnout for that event, so decided to split it up into 2 different day ones. This tournament started Friday at 6 p.m. We had 3 players advance, 4 players advanced as Leo, chip leader. Actually, I think the sizing should be just a little bit smaller here, maybe 250. Especially being the chip leader. You see Chubbs in the background there with the Chucky shirt. Miguel with the suited ace, gonna defend his big blind. And we're gonna go heads up to the flop. You can see there's 2 minutes left on this level as Leo hits top pair here. Maybe 200, 400. So over a half pot size bet here coming from Leo. And this should take it down. Don't forget, we are live on the YouTube chat. We are live on the YouTube chat. This was a $20 entry, $10 unlimited add-ons, unlimited rebuys, and a lot of players took advantage of that. Basically, every $10 got you 10,000's worth in chips. And right now, you can see the blinds are 50,000, 100,000 with less than 2 minutes left until the blinds go up again. We are on a 20-minute delay for tonight's tournament as the short stack Jason with an ace. Normally, any ace you're going to be going all in, but especially with a suited ace. Looks like he has a card protector, but he's not protecting his cards. And especially sitting in seat 1 or 2, you want to protect those cards. It's folded around here to Cesar, and he has 10-5. This is for about 40% of his stack. And he's thinking about calling here. This is for, like I said, it's for a good chunk of his stack. He started the hand with 1.1, and this is 475. He makes the call. YOLO. I think if this 10-5 was unsuited, he wouldn't even thought about it, but he thought his diamonds might be live, and They are not. Oh, he hits a 5 right in the window. Spade for a chop. And no, it'll be our first knockout. So the short stack Jason getting unlucky there as Cesar making the call with the suited cards. And he will score the first knockout. So bad news for Jason. He's the first one out. Good news. He's going to be winning $510. I do not know how much he was in for. The minimum is $20. It was a $20 entry, but unlimited rebuys and add-ons. So some of these players in for a couple of $100. I believe Tokayo's big blind. Yeah, because Jason was under the gun there. He was going to be a big blind. So Tokayo's big blind, action on Goose, representing the University of Texas Pan American. And we have Ace Queen. Second time he's got Ace Queen tonight. And I believe the blinds have gone up. Yes, the blinds have gone up to 75, 150. And he is making it 375. And he's going to take it down. He's going to win exactly 375, as the big blind ante is 150. The big blind itself is 150, and the small blind is 75. So he takes on the blinds, risking 375 to win 375. Usually at the beginning of tournaments, especially with unlimited add-ons and rebuys, the sizing of the bets pre-flop are really big, and then usually at the final table the sizing is really small, so it's going to be anywhere between 2x times 2x or 3x, as we have Alex with the suited Jack 8, and he's going to min raise it up to 300. Leo is the chip leader, so he is raising the chip leader's big blind, and it looks like the chip leader's going to defend with the dog, the K9. And he's going to hit a 9. He does check to the aggressor. Let's see if Alex tries to represent the ace. He was the pre-flop aggressor. He does check it back. And he's going to pick up a straight draw now, needing a 10. But Leo's going to charge him. It's going to be 200. If the queen's a spade, I'm sure Alex would have continued. But it is not a spade, so he did pick up additional outs, but it might be too much for him to call. And he indeed lets it go. So the rich get richer, as Leo gonna take his stack up to 4 million, 4.1 million. So Leo is actually in the music business. He is one of the local owners of the School of Rock. Of course, School of Rock, not only a movie, but it is a franchise, and he's got 2 locations down here in the Rio Grande Valley. Alex making sure that his cards got scammed properly. You can see when the dealer tosses the cards, she's going to toss them right where that circle is. These are special cards. They're actually pretty thick cards. Oh, Gibbs with the kings. How much is he going to go? Obviously at least 300, but maybe 375? It's going to be 325. We saw him take his time earlier folding. Uh-oh. Tokayo shipping it with the nines here, and I don't blame him. He has less than 10 big blinds. He's hoping his opponent just has 2 big cards. Not sure what Goose is doing here. He's asking for a count with 6-4 offsuit. But I think it's the same deal that I mentioned earlier about a time and tell. Obviously, Gibbs going to be making the call here with the kings, and Tokayo's going to be at risk. He's going to need a 9, or he's going to need a lot of hearts. So Tokayo basically translates in English to namesake. So somebody who shares your same first name is known as a Tokayo. Oh, and he's going to hit the king right away. And Tokayo, winner of our first 10K in a day, gonna finish 8th. Gonna be taking home, I believe, 710. Yeah, $710. So kind of weird. First one out, seat 1. Second one out, seat 2. Third one out, or the player in seat 3 is actually the chip leader. So a lot of crazy stuff would have to happen for him to be the next to go. Yeah, so it looks like we got RGV Striker checking in from Las Vegas. Yeah, and it was a $20 buy-in, but unlimited add-ons and rebuys for $10 each. So somebody could buy in for $20. The initial buy-in got you 5,000 in chips, and then anytime you wanted to add to your stack, you were able to add to your stack. Well, anytime you weren't in a hand, you could add 10,000 to your stack for $10. Or you could add 20,000 to your stack for $20. Angel with the ace king. Gonna raise it up. And take it down. As I said, we are live on the YouTube chat. I do realize we are streaming on a couple of different platforms. I know we're streaming on TCH Live Poker. Also streaming on Twitch. And you can see Leo still your chip leader. School of Rock. It's actually a decent movie with Jack Black. If you've never seen it before, you can put that on your watch list. Gibbs with the suited connectors, gonna let him go under the gun. Cesar with the suited ace, gonna be putting on the min raise up to 300. Saw Goose do this earlier, but it's really just the time until he knows when he has a strong hand, he's probably going to take a little bit longer, so he wants to take the same amount of time when he has a bad hand. Angel going to be making the call for another 150. He's halfway in from the big blind. Should go check, bet, fold. There's the check, there's the bet, there's the fold. So Cesar will add to his chip stack. Represented the Oregon Ducks tonight. One of his kids going to college up in Eugene, Oregon. got Ashley dealing tonight. Goes by Ash Cash. These players looking for the top cash prize of over $5,000. $20 buy-in. Quick folds. Leo just going to be limping here. Probably should be raising, especially with the chip lead. There really is an art to playing not only the short stack, but also the big stack. And you can see if Leo would have raised it here, his opponents probably would have folded. But instead, we are going 3 ways to a flop, and Angel flopping a flush draw. And Angel's going to hit his flush draw. I think he's going to be tricky and check it again. And he is going to check it again, hoping that one of his opponents catches up or bluffs at the pot. And nobody's going to take the bait. So I think Angel's going to put out a small bet here on the river. Maybe like 200. Going to be 350. So the gold chip's worth 100K and the white chip's worth 25K. Not saying you should never limp, but when you're at the final table, there's a couple of times where, depending on the player's situation, depending on the stack sizing, limping is the mathematical proper play. But in general, especially with the chip lead, you want to put the pressure on your opponents. In other words, if you're thinking about calling, then you should just raise. Pretty sure Goose is going to fold, but will take a little time. And here's exactly what I was talking about. If you're thinking about playing a hand, you might as well just raise. And that's exactly what Angel does here. And he gets a call from Miguel, the Battle of the Kings. Miguel getting short on chips. Oh, Miguel hitting the 9. Does he go all in or does he check? Ashley just getting her nails done. Oh, Angel getting the best hand to fold. And like I said, there is a science of not only playing a short stack. Most people have a general idea of how to play the short stack, especially nowadays, especially with all of the different training sites and the charts. But there is also an art of playing the big stack. And Angel executing it well there. Miguel really short. I didn't realize how short he was. But he's got less than 5 bigs now. Leo gonna limp again. And Miguel also gonna limp with his short stack. 7-3 offsuit. Maybe he's thinking about the good old stop and go move. And there's the stop and go. So if you're not familiar with the stop and go, when you're a short stack and you don't have any fold equity pre-flop, take for example, if he would have gone all in here, somebody would have called him. But the stop and go is when you're a short stack, you make the call out of the blind, and if you catch any piece of the flop, if you catch bottom pair, middle pair, gut shot, flush draw, you catch any piece of the flop, then you go all in, because now you have fold equity. Yeah, Cowboys are getting ready to play the Packers. Goose going to take it up to 350. Oh, and Alex with the same hand. So 1.5 million would be 10 big blinds. Both these players over that threshold. And Alex just going to make the call here. Cesar coming along too with the Jack 10 suited. And Leo getting priced in. So we're going four ways to a $1.3 million pot. Oh, Leo folded. Excuse me, I thought Leo called. And everybody misses. Leo would have hit the 3. How much more was it for Leo to call? 200? Yeah, he had 6-3 of diamonds. I know if you're watching on YouTube, you're able to rewind. I'm not able to rewind. Goose going to put out the continuation bet. Easier said than done. Oh, Alex is not letting go of his hand yet either. So Goose does not like this. Goose has Alex on an ace here. And I think he's just going to go check, check. There's the check from Goose. You can see him with the index finger check. Both these players with a very similar stance. And Alex will check it back. Ace on the river. Does Goose bluff it? Actually like a bluff here from Goose, because the chances of your opponent having an ace has diminished now that another ace has arrived. All right, action on Goose. There's the camera. The ace had not registered yet. Yeah, this is a nice bet from Goose. Doesn't have to bet too big. Bets 420. Doesn't feel like his opponent has an ace. And so he's trying to bluff him here. And this is probably going to work. I can't see Alex calling here with just ace high. Especially, oh, he has 2 million. So it's for a third of his, no, a quarter of his stack. Alex still thinking, but I don't think he's going to make the call. Over 2 million in the pot. Goose hoping that his opponent folds. And it looks like he's going to get his wish as Alex takes one last peek at the cards. Oh, he's counted out some chips. He's seeing how much he has left if he makes this call. Both players don't think their opponent have an ace, and he makes the call, and they're going to chop it up. Goose is not going to believe that he got called by the same hand, and he could only tip his hat to his opponent.
Play some fucking poker, baby.
Alex saying, let's play some poker. So something that I do mention, if you have watched a stream here from the Rio Grande Valley before, is that it is harder to bluff on a paired board. And both the opponents kind of had the same thought. They're like, there's two aces out there, so I don't think my opponent has an ace.
What an outstanding call from Alex, C5. Little did he know Goose had the same hand.
Something that crossed my mind.
So Goose doing a little commentating of his own. All right, blinds are up. Blinds are up to 100, 200, 200. So now we have Cesar with less than 10 big blinds. Miguel still with less than 10 big blinds. So Alex just making that great call, has the ace-3 under the gun. I don't think he can play this. He's making sure that his cards got scanned. As I mentioned earlier, these are special cards. They have a special computer chip in them, RFID, and the reader, there's a reader for each seat, and that is in the circle that is in front of the players. Kind of looks like a bullseye, a circle within a circle within a circle. You know, like Inception, it's a dream within a dream within a dream. Oh, Leo making a little move here. Oh, picks the wrong time to make a move, as Goose has the goods. I think Goose is going to show it. Yeah, he's going to show it. Hey, so he's still dreaming at the end of Inception, right? That's a dream, right? Not sure if you've ever seen the movie Inception with Leonardo DiCaprio, who has a new movie out this weekend. One of those Christopher Nolan movies. So Miguel going to have to pick a hand here pretty soon as blinds have gone up. The blinds are still showing on the screen. They're 150, 300, but they are up to 200, 400. Or excuse me, 100, 200. They're up to 100, 200. Yeah, we started off at 75. There you go. You can see it on the screen there. Yeah. Yeah, we started off at 50, 100. Then we went to 75, 150. And now we're at 100, 200. Leo with the min raise here. And Alex will let it go. Leo will show the queen. Yeah, so blinds are 100, 200. Something got punched in wrong on the software. The software showing it's 150, 300. But blinds are 100, 200.
Lord, live stream.
So Jose is saying that he's not dreaming. in Inception. Let us know what you think in the chat. Is he still dreaming at the end of the movie? If you ever seen Inception, you know it's a dream within a dream within a dream. And it looks like Jose's already seen his new movie. Jose, a big, appears to be a big Leonardo DiCaprio fan.
Are y'all still good, guys?
There we go. Blinds are corrected. They're 100, 200. Pretty sure the next level is going to be 150, 300. But either way, Miguel is going to have to make a move. Some suited cards for Goose.
He said something about Sunday passage. I'm not too sure what he meant by that.
Yeah, I'm thinking Alex should just fold here, but he's halfway in. He's going to make the call, and he's going to get punished immediately. It's a nice raise by Angel. Yeah, we saw Angel make a move earlier when he had the King Jack. But normally, blind versus blind, any ace, any king is going to be ahead of your opponent's range. Angel and Goose actually used to work together back in the day at the Texas Roadhouse. All right, Miguel should be going all in here. Any ace, he's a short stack. 10 big blinds is 2 million. He's got less than 10. He's got less than 5, I think. Yeah, he's got right at 5 big blinds. Or like 4.9 big blinds. Excuse me. Too much for Gibbs to call, in my opinion. So I think Miguel is going to pick up the blinds and antes, which is the good news. The bad news is he's going to put out a blind and an ante next hand. So Gibbs asking for a count. And we're going to have a double dose tonight here on TCH Live as we are streaming from the Rio Grande Valley right now in South Texas. And later on, they will be streaming from Central Texas as TCH Social in Austin is having their 30K Sunday tournament that they've started to stream on Sundays.
They said it was about copyright. Sunday pass copyright. I don't know. Maybe something with Texas Card House and the audio or something like that. He's going back and forth on their group chat.
So Angel up to over 4 million now. And Miguel up to 1.4, but he has put in 400 in right now, blind. 200 going to the big blind, and 200 going to the ante. Action is going to be on Cesar, the other short stack. He's going to have to let this go. Leo will let go of the flat tire. That's what you use a jack for. Goose will let it go. Let's see what Alex has. Alex with the 9s. At least. Miguel short stack, so yeah. Oh, he's just going to go all in. Not even going to try to figure out a size in. And a lot of times the all-in actually looks weaker than just a standard raise. Kind of trying to do that Jedi mind trick with your opponents. It's like, well, if he has a strong hand and if he wants to call, why would he raise so big? So 2 players under the 10 big blind mark, and those 2 players are going to be your small blind and big blind right now. So take, for example, if it's folded around to Miguel in the small blind, the math will dictate basically queen 7 suited or better, you're going to go all in against your opponent's hand. Queen 7 known as a computer hand. Basically, half the hands are better, half the hands are worse. So if you have queen 7 and it's just you and your opponent, with these stack sizes, Miguel should be going all in with anything queen 7 or better. Let's see if that happens. As Goose will be folding, Alex will be folding. And Angel will be raising. The min raise up to 400. So this is a spot earlier where Cesar could do a stop and go, but that's not going to be the case because Gibbs will be putting on a 3-bet here. But take, for example, in this situation, Cesar could call with some raggedy cards and then pretty much jam any flop. Quick fold by Angel. Knows he got caught. I know these players are not mic'd up. However, there are 2 microphones above the table. So sometimes when the players get a little bit loud, you're able to hear them. And one of the players, I guess, called for the floor. And I think it had to do with maybe changing the TVs, because I know the TVs were on baseball earlier. So probably getting one of those TVs changed to the Cowboys game is, I would imagine, why they called the floor. Wasn't anything having to do with the poker game. Alex with the suited king, going to be raising it up to 450. Oh, 550. Kind of a bigger size in here. Gibbs with ace queen again. And Gibbs is probably going to be going all in again. Gibbs with just over 15 bigs. And there's the all in. Alex going to be thinking, I should have just raised it to 500. Doesn't sound like a big deal between 500 and 550, but when the blinds are so big, even half a blind helps your stack out. Alex really just saving face here. Not going to be calling it all in with king 6. So back-to-back ace queens for Gibbs, and that's going to take him up the leaderboard, as he's going to be close to the 4 million mark. Does pick up over $1 million because of the raise, and I think that's going to put him over 4 million. Not quite. Oh yeah, he is over 4 million. So we've had 3 players over 4 million tonight. Goose is going to be your big blind. And Alex still has over 10 big blinds, but just barely. Yeah, that chart's probably right, but obviously we're able to access the charts. You can't access the charts at the table. If you don't know the charts we're talking about, there's a bunch of GTO charts out there, Game Theory Optimal. Where basically all of the simulations have been run by the computer, and poker has a very big math element to it, so pretty much figures out based upon the math on what the best play is. And that's why sometimes you hear players say, oh yeah, I was studying poker. That's what they're talking about. They're talking about studying the charts on when to raise, when to 3-bet. Oh, Leo not letting go of his king high here. Getting sticky. I don't think Goose can fire here, because now the 7 beats him. Yeah, and he's going to check, and Leo's just going to show king high. Yeah, so Leo getting sticky, and this happened last time as well. I'm thinking it might have just been a blind versus blind dynamic, because last time the same thing happened. He raised out of the small blind, but Goose woke up with kings, and obviously Goose re-raised him, and now Goose is at 4 million as well. So 4 players have been over the 4 million mark tonight. Goose the latest, and he is the new chip leader. Miguel back to the 5 big blinds. Gonna have to pick a hand and go with it. Angel with the trays will let it go. And it is folded around to Leo here. And I mentioned it earlier, and I know it sounds that I might be picking on Leo, but especially being on the button here against the blinds, if you're going to play the hand, you want to raise it. Oh. And Alex sensing weakness here. This is a nice raise by Alex. He figures that Leo is not that strong because Leo did not raise the button. I can almost guarantee you Alex would not be going all in here if Leo would have raised on the button. Oh, the little pump fake from Goose. Trying to get a read from his opponent. I don't think I've ever seen this before. And Alex not falling for it. These players having fun. Alex showing that he ripped it with king 8.
Nice. I had queen 7 of clubs, bro.
On the other one, I had a suit king. Weak suit king. I think straight up?
Yeah, right? I was like,
Yeah, so Miguel is going to have to make a move because he's about to be big blind. And he's got less than 5 bigs. When I say bigs, I'm talking about big blinds. A big blind right now is worth 200,000. Gibbs with the Ocho Cinco will be letting it go. And what does Miguel have? Miguel has an all-in hand.
I was doing this, but I was looking at you the whole time. I was doing that. Swear to God.
Good thing I didn't blink.
I think if Miguel would have folded, I think Cesar would have gone all in with the queen 10 suited.
Here we go, boys.
But he's all right. Alex posting his small blind, and we'll be folding to this raise. What does Angel have? Or Angel in Espanol. He has an ace. He's going to be making the call here. There's the call. And we're off to the races. The pocket pair versus the overcards.
It's a flip.
Angel with the ace-5 does have 2 overcards.
Fucking break his leg a la verga.
You can see that Miguel is favored to double up here with the pocket pair. Oh, a queen. Angel picks up a queen as an out, and there's the queen. Counterfeit city for Miguel. Angel or Angel, I don't know if he goes by Angel or Angel, but either way, he is going to counterfeit the pocket 3s, and Miguel will be our 7th place finisher tonight, taking home $910 off of a $20 buy-in. This was a $20 buy-in, $10 unlimited rebuys and add-ons at any time. So Miguel taking 7th for $910. Now the next pay jump will be at least $1,000. Everybody guaranteed at least $1,000. Of course, everybody fighting for the top prize of $5,000. So all you can do is get your money in with the best hand,
The top team right now.
and Miguel did.
That's insane. That is insane. Oh shit! I spoke too soon. No.
That's what they wanted you to be.
Yeah, right. I spoke too
That line is
fucking
fucking.
Leo limping again.
Jerry, I heard you. I heard no. Review it. It hit the floor. What the fuck?
So Alex folded in the queen jack as well. You can see the different approaches being taken by the players. One of them limping with the queen jack, and one of them folding. Not to be results oriented, but if Leo would have raised here, Gibbs would have folded the 6-4. And now Gibbs is going to hit a 4. But Leo has the queen of diamonds. So Leo actually favored, even though it is Gibbs that has the pair. And there's the flush for Leo. $700K in the pot. And there's the bet, the min bet from Leo. Does Gibbs make the call with just a pair of 4s here? Gibbs lets it go. Leo's going to take it down. And Leo shows. So Cesar, your short stack, less than 10 big blinds. And I believe he is going to be under the gun here. No, he's going to be big blind here. So he's going to have a lot of his chips in there. He's got... Have blinds gone up yet? I don't know if blinds just went up. The graphic is showing blinds have went out. Let's see what the chips say. The chips, yes, the blinds have gone up. So Cesar very, very short now. Less than 5 big blinds after putting out the ante. Is Gibbs going to give Cesar a walk? He's just going to complete here. And what does Cesar do? He checks his option.
It is that.
You can see Cesar with 500K. Oh, and Gibbs is going to bluff him here. Announces 600. Basically putting Cesar all in. Well, he knows Cesar doesn't have an ace because Cesar would have gone all in with that ace. So he knows Cesar doesn't have an ace, and he's just hoping that he doesn't have a jack or a 7 either. And that is the case.
God. How do you not turn around?
So this is going to, after folding here, it's going to leave Cesar. And that's what he's thinking.
7-0.
He's thinking if I fold here, I'm going to have, he's going to have 2 big blinds? That's what he's thinking. He's thinking he has too much money in the pot. He's going to be small blind next hand. He'll have 500 and have to put in 150 of that. Yeah, so he's going to reluctantly fold. So Gibbs picking on the short stack, and we'll take down the pot. So 1 big blind is 300, 2 big blinds is 600. Cesar with less than 600 in his stack, and he's putting out 150 of that. Yeah, I think you just pretty much go all in blind here if it's folded around to you. Goose going to be folding. Alex will be doing the same. Angel, let's go. Gibbs squeezing the ace-jack, should be raising. 700? Let's say 700. Gibbs, I like 700. Oh, wow, he likes all in. Bit of a misstep. Well, he has both his opponents covered, so he's applying max pressure. And he's giving Leo a decision. Oh, Leo gonna let it go. Yeah, you saw he had both his opponents covered. I thought that Leo had more chips than that, so he figured if he raised and his opponent went all in, he was going to call, so why not just go all in and put max pressure on his opponent, and that's what he did. So Cesar now with just over a big blind. Gibbs, first player over 5 million in chips. Oh, what does Alex do here? I think this might be an all-in for Alex. He's got less than 10 big blinds. He's got... Yeah, so normally it's an all-in, but Cesar is so short that I can see folding here, and I would understand the fold. But Cesar has less than 2 big blinds. So I'm sure Alex is thinking about that. Doesn't want to go all in and get called when he can essentially just wait out his opponent. Yeah. So if the stack sizes were different here, Alex would have been going all in. Gibbs with the 9s here. I like 700. I like 700 last time. I still like 700. And there you go. There's the 700. Goose making the call here with the 2 overcards, and heads up will go. Uh-oh. Danger, danger. This is not going to end well for one of these players. Top two versus bottom set. Goose is going to check raise here. Does Gibbs put out the bet? Because he's going to get raised. All right, here comes the bet. And here comes the raise. Goose announcing all in. Gibbs with the call. And Goose is going to be shocked that his opponent has a set. Cesar is loving this here. Cesar has less than 2 big blinds. Goose has 3 outs available. 110 has been folded, but the other ace and 10 are available. This is an 8 million chip pot. And Goose is going to need to hit an ace or a 10. And Gibbs is going to take down the pot and be your commanding chip leader now. They're going to count it down, but Gibbs does have him covered. And Goose is not going to be able to repeat, but he will win over $1,000 from his $20 buy-in. 11-10 to be exact. And Cesar is going to win at least an extra $300 here. What a cooler as we are down to 5. And one of those players with less than 2 big blinds.
You almost made this spaz out because you got out of your seat in the middle of the hand. That wasn't all in with King Jack off.
So it'll be a single big blind as Alex will be in the big blind by himself. All right, Gibbs' heater is over. And let's see if Cesar moves all in. There's the all in from Cesar. Has to get by Leo. And I don't think he's going to get by Alex because Alex has so much invested that you're calling with any 2 cards. Just waiting on the scanner to catch up. Leo makes the call. And I would imagine that Leo and Alex are just going to check it down here, trying to eliminate a player. Oh, Cesar actually has a hand here. He could triple up. So it's 410. The all-in is 410. Leo with the 2 overcards, and we haven't seen Alex's hand yet. And Alex is going to need to get very lucky here. So if somehow Cesar's able to win this pot, he will have 1.5 million. Oh, and there's the jack, and Alex has diamonds. So Cesar is now in terrible shape. As I said, they're just going to check it down, trying to eliminate an opponent. Diamond. It's going to be trips for Leo. So Leo going to win the pot, and Cesar going to be able to pick up that extra $300. So Cesar finishing in 5th for $1,400. He did win the tournament last month. It was a $25K guaranteed. And he makes the final table again, this time finishing 5th for $1,400. GG. So now Alex is the short stack, has more than 5 big blinds. He's going to be the small blind here. Everybody else with more than 10 big blinds, Gibbs, pretty much has his opponents covered here. 4, 3, and 1. Yeah, so Gibbs has about just under half the chips in play, maybe about 48% of the chips in play. And it is going to be on Gibbs here. do like a raise here with the chip lead. I do like 700. Gibbs announces 775. And right when he announced it, he says, I mean 750, but yeah, 750. Is this the all-in hand for Alex? I think so. He agrees. So it looks like 1.7. So another million for Gibbs to call. Dealer getting the exact count. Gibbs seeing how much more it's going to cost him. 40% of a royal in his hand. He knows he's behind. He knows his opponent will not be going all in with a hand worse than King 10. So best case scenario, his opponent has a small pocket pair, but his opponent does have an ace. Gibbs is doing some quick math here. I think he's going to come to the conclusion to make the call. And he does announce call. And it's 55-45. As Leo watching on, hoping the Gibbs wins because that means it's going to secure a pay jump for him. Almost a $4 million pot here. Alex, the favorite right now by 10% pre-flop. Both players with suited cards. One of them with diamonds, one of them with clubs. The dealer making sure that the pot is correct. One club, one diamond, ace high still in front. Gibbs picking up a flush draw, and Gibbs will miss Alex with the big double up. Just ace high, but that's going to be good enough for Alex to double up. And Gibbs taking a little hit from his stack. So I think Leo's going to be our short stack now. Yep, he's a short stack, but he still has more than 10 bigs, so doesn't need a panic. Gibbs still the chip leader. And Angel and Alex basically with a 4 million each. Leo with the 6 deuce will be getting rid of that. Alex just doubling up with the ace. And he is going to fold his hand. Battle of the blinds here. Oh, Angel with the queens. Does he get tricky and just call? He's going to min raise it to 600. Gibbs getting a real good price. Going to be calling in position. And heads up we go to a $1.5 million pot here. Million chip pot, shall I say. That's why there's no dollar sign in front. This is just chips. Angel not going to like that flop as there is an ace. But he's going to announce a million. And his opponent might call here with a 10. And his opponent indeed calls with the 10. Now, his opponent does put out the smaller chips, which is normally a sign of weakness. Instead of calling with the bigger denomination chips, he's calling with the smaller denomination chips. That is normally a sign of weakness, and we can see that is the case here, as Gibbs does not have the ace. But what does Angel do now that he bet $1 million and got called? Oh, Angel just ripping it with the queens, saying, if you got the ace, you got me. So nice play by Angel. Mentioned earlier, he used to work at the Texas Roadhouse. Fun fact about Texas Roadhouse, it's actually based out of Kentucky. Corporate headquarters for Texas Roadhouse is in Kentucky. As a matter of fact, the first Texas Roadhouse was actually in Indiana. You would think it would be based out of Texas, right? Nope. It is based out of Kentucky. Chili's based out of Texas. Chili's, baby back ribs, barbecue sauce. You can see there's already $1 million in the pot. I believe blinds have gone up. Yeah, blinds are up to 200, 400. And Angel going to be calling. And Leo checking his suited ace here. This is a pretty clear all-in for Leo pre-flop here. And now he's going to have to maneuver post-flop with just ace high. Nice bet from Angel here. He did limp pre-flop, but he, if you notice, he limped with those white chips, the 25K chips, not the 100K chips. So nice play here by Angel, and Leo gonna look back and say, I should have gone all in there with the ace-5. It's one of the good things about the stream is you're able to literally know if you made the right play at the right time. And I know Leo's gonna study this film. Always trying to improve on your game. Cajun Asian in the chat. I believe 900 was announced from Gibbs. Just over the min raise. I like it. His opponent thinking about? Yeah. His opponent with less than 4 million. So once again, these are the payouts. It was a $20 tournament. I know the flyer says 200, but it's $20, and it was a $10 unlimited add-ons and rebuys. Built the prize pool of over 17,000. First place tonight taking home over 5,000. Gibbs will be folding. Leo will be looking for a hand to go all in with. And I like this hand to go all in with. You still have some fold equity. You have more than 5 big blinds. Blinds are coming around quick. I like an all in here. There you go. Angel might look him up here. He is suited. No, Angel lets it go. There's that fold equity that I was talking about. You can get somebody to fold a better hand, as we saw right there. So with that win, now Alex is the short stack. Both Alex and Leo with less than 10 big blinds. Essentially, they're just going to have to pick a hand and go with it. And you saw Leo pick the proper hand last hand, the Jack 10. Oh, Alex is the short stack. And looks like Mother Nature's calling. Let's see what Alex would have had. He told his opponents, please play slow. Okay. Alex didn't miss a hand. Leo just calling here, and I feel a little bad because I feel like I'm picking on Leo. But look, this move's going to work out for him because Gibbs is going to go all in and Leo's not going to call it off. So, looks like Leo picking the right time to limp as 1.7 million announced. And if Leo didn't raise with this hand, I can't see him calling. Yeah, he does make the fold. So that does happen. Sometimes you make the wrong move at the right time, and that happened there with Leo. So Leo preserving his stack. But now Leo is big blind. Yeah, the ranges really tighten up at the final table with the pay jumps. Everybody likes to see flops, and that's great at the beginning of the tournament. But at the final table, when the stacks are shallow, it's a lot harder to see flops. So Alex making it back on time. Didn't miss anything last hand. Would have had 6-3, so he would have folded. And he's going to fold this hand as Angel on the button. Has the King Jack. And he's going to min raise it up to 800. So Leo could do a stop and go. I had mentioned this earlier, where he calls the min raise, and if he catches anything on the flop, catches a queen, a six, spades, anything on the flop, he goes all in. Because right now, if he goes all in, he doesn't have enough chips to get his opponent to fold. Go. Okay, well, let's check now. So there's the check raise, and it's another 750 for his opponent to call. And you can see Angel with just the smirk on his face, knowing that he got caught. The only question is he going to give Leo another 750K? He's checking to see if he has backdoor outs, and he does. He has backdoor straight outs, backdoor hard outs, and he has an overcard. I think he's just going to call it off here. The math just dictates for him to call, hoping that his opponent has like a 6 or even a queen. So he's pretty much painted himself into a corner here, going to be making the call. And Leo in line for a big double up here. Art? Oh, there's an open-ender. Oh, he gets there. Runner. What a terrible beat for Leo. So Leo will be finishing in 4th place, taking home 1750. Runner. Nothing funner for Angel. But Leo takes a terrible beat, flopping 2 pair.
Y'all mind, y'all mind doing, can you do something? Y'all mind doing a chip count?
Yeah, it is. I mean, it's hard to make a final table. It doesn't matter if it's a free roll, if it's a $20 tournament, whatever it is, to outlast over 100 players. I mean, just to get to the final table is an accomplishment. And these players are perhaps talking about moving around some money. So just a single big blind. And Alex might get a walk here. I think Gibbs had 6-3 of diamonds. He does have the big stack. Yeah, Alex is going to walk it off here. So then they were 3. Gibbs with almost 9 million. Oh no, excuse me. Angel has the chip lead now. Angel at almost 9 million after giving a terrible beat to Leo. Gibbs in second, seat 7 with 7 million. And Alex at 3 million. Oh, Alex with the 8s. This is going to be an all-in. The chip leader has suited cards. It's a pretty hand, but not for 3 million. So we're going to have a first-time champ as we came into the final table. 3 of the 9 players had claimed the championship within the last 3 months here at the Texas Card House. Those 3 players are gone, and there will be a new champion. For the 10K in a day / weekend, there was a flight on Friday at 6 p.m., another flight at Saturday at 6 p.m., and then there was a turbo flight. I'm trying to remember the players who made it from the turbo. None of these players. Cesar was one of the players, and Leo who just busted. Showed up at 12 noon today, played in the turbo, and got in. Alex has been on a little heater here. Still has less than 10 bigs, and these blinds coming around quick. So he's going all in. $3.75 is the count. So Alex, still the short stack, but has been really aggressive. Feels like he has nothing to lose, because even if he gets knocked out, he's still going to be winning a couple of thousand. Yeah, 2,400. So turning up the aggression, trying to build up his stack here. Angel with the dog, the canine. And he's going to be raising to probably 900. He's going to make it. Oh, what does Alex do here? Yeah, so Angel actually sizing it up here to 3x. Does Alex rip it again? He has essentially 4 million in his stack. Yeah, I think he's going to rip it again. Wow. Oh, Alex not going all in. Put it on a 3-bet here for the majority of his stack. But it's basically a min raise. Going from 1.2 to 2.5. Interesting play by Alex. It just screams strength. Giving his opponent a real good price. I want to blame Angel for calling here. But he's going to figure it out. Make the nice laydown. And Alex going to be chipping up, and these players are going to be pretty even in chips now. Yeah, all the players with 6 million. All of them with more than 10 big blinds, and all of them with 6 millions. We got ourselves a fair fight here, folks. Both Angel and Alex came into the day as the two big stacks, the two chip leaders. They each had more than 3 million in their stack, and they have doubled it up so far, and will at least get 2,400 here. See if Gibbs takes it up to 900 or a million. Looks like a million. Smells like a million. It is a million. So Alex, little heater appears to be up. And Angel making the call here. Does have the best hand. So 2.5x raise from Gibbs here. Angel calling with the suited king. And away we go. Each player hitting a pair. Angel checking it to the aggressor. Gibbs with a pair and a straight draw. It's going to continue here for 800. Does size it down a bit. Angel put it on a small raise here up to 2 million. These players really have no fear. Just trying to make the best move at the right time. Not worried about the pay jumps, just worried about making the right play. Gibbs getting a real good price, does have a pair, does have a straight draw, but he will let it go. And that'll take Angel to the chip lead. That's going to get him to about 8 million. But why guess when the action tracker lets us know? Chip counts on the bottom. At 8.7, Gibbs going to take a hit to his stack and go down to 4 million. Once again, these players still with more than 10 bigs, and none of them are really playing with any fear, like I mentioned. Yeah, Alex going to be letting this go. He has no fear, but he does know 8-3 is not a good hand. Battle of the blinds, which I'm sure we'll be seeing a lot. Three-handed here. Suited ace for Angel. Does he raise or just call? He's going to raise. He raises and Gibbs goes all in. Angel does have his opponent covered, but he will let it go. Not gonna lie, I'm a little impressed by these players. They seem to be making the right moves at the right time. I know it's easy to think what you should do with a certain hand, like, oh, it's blind versus blind. My opponent raises, I have an ace. He's the chip leader, I'm going all in, I have an ace. That's easy to think, but it's harder to execute. And these players have been executing as Angel, Jack 5, he'll let that go. Motown into the muck. And once again, it's blind versus blind. Gibbs just going to make the call. His opponent will check. And Gibbs going to outflop his opponent with the 10. The blinds go up. I think blinds go up next hand. Gibbs will bet his 10. He knows if his opponent had an ace, he would have raised pre-flop. So this should take it down. I think Alex is just doesn't want to give off any time intels. He's not calling. He might be thinking about raising, but he's not calling. He will reluctantly let it go, even though we know he didn't have anything. But his opponents don't know. I mentioned it earlier, we do have a double dose of tournament poker tonight on TCH Live, as we are streaming right now from South Texas down into Rio Grande Valley, the 10K in a day part 3, actually 10K in a weekend. And then after we're done, the final table from TCH Social in Austin will be streaming after us. There's the all-in from Alex. Yeah, blinds did go up. Well, no, blinds are still 200, 400. But I mentioned it earlier, like blind versus blind. Pretty much queen 10 and above, you can go all in, and you're usually going to have your opponent beat. And Alex going all in with king 6. Let's see if the blinds are, what the blinds are. 1, 2, 3, 4. Are those 4 orange/gold chips or 5? And Gibbs will get a walk. Don't forget, we are live on the YouTube chat. I do realize we are streaming on multiple platforms. I know we're streaming on Twitch as well. Shout out to all you gamers. But if you are punching in the comment section on Twitch, I do not have access to it. I do have access to the YouTube comments. Yeah, that's 250. So yeah, blinds are up. So 250, 500. And Angel is going to be raising or going all in here. King Jack suited. He announces 4 million, 1 million. It's going to price in Alex here. Alex making the call with the natural 9. It looks like Gibbs will be running to the restroom. Oh! Royal flush possibility? Alex checking if he has a spade, and bad news, he has a spade. Because he might make a move with that one spade. And he is. He does bet the minimum 500. Does Alex call, thinking his opponent has an ace? Or raise, excuse me. I mean, obviously he's... There you go. There's just the call. Queen? And now Alex hitting a pair. So Alex might get in trouble here. Decided to bluff on the flop with a spade in his hand and now picks up a pair. Doesn't like the fact that his opponent called him though. But he's not slowing down. He's betting 1.7 and Angel cannot believe this. Is he still just gonna call? I see no reason to raise. Your opponent is obviously very interested. Plus you have a royal flush draw, so you don't want to raise and not see if you hit your royal flush. Oh, looks like he's going to raise here. He looks real pained. There's the all-in. Oh, Alex made the call? Alex is drawn dead. Will the Queen of Spades arrive? It does not. And Alex, with the valiant effort, will be taking home 24-10. And we are heads up for the title. I believe we're going to get a count of the chips and the players are going to take a quick break, I believe. So I know there's a break scheduled for about another 20 minutes, but I think they're going to move up the break. Yeah, you can see we have 10 minutes left in this. So I think they're going to pause the clock and they're going to take a break.
We can't take a break. If we can't take a break, it's fine.
All right, so they're going to let the floor know that they want to take the break early. As you can see, Gibbs has been going through some water.
Floor, table 9.
And while they do that, you can see Angel has a 2-1 chip lead.
Heads up.
There's a break not until after the next level.
Pause it for a quick 5 minutes.
5 minutes is fine.
You good? I know you go with 5.
All right, so players going to take a 5-minute break. I did mention it multiple times. We are live on the YouTube chat, and we will remind you about the Trailblazer Series, which just started this weekend in North Texas.
The hunt starts now. Every stop, every hand, every point counts. Earn points by entering, registering on time, finishing in the money, and score multipliers with bigger fields. Climb the leaderboard and take your shot at the ultimate free roll prize pool. $100,000 in cold hard cash reserved for the grinders who rise to the top. Trailblazer Poker Tour Season 2 begins the 25th of September at TCH Dallas and TCH Social Las Colinas. Play more, earn more, climb to the top where you belong.
All right, you can see the dealer Ashley getting a chip count to make sure that we have everything punched in correct. These players taking a quick bathroom break as they get ready for heads-up play. First place going to be winning over $5,000. Second place, $3,310. And as I mentioned, the Trailblazer Series has just started. This is the second edition of the Trailblazer Series. The reason why one of the reasons why it was named the Trailblazer Series is that the winner won a brand new Chevrolet Trailblazer. So that was last year. This year, instead of a car, there was a $50K free roll. They're going to take that $50K, add it to the free roll, and now it's going to be a $100K free roll for the top 100 players of the Trailblazer Series. It will be making a stop at every Texas card house location. So this weekend, it does begin in North Texas. 2 locations, 1 stop, TCH Dallas, TCH Las Colinas. And then in November, it's going to make a stop north of Houston in the city of Spring. And we will once again have our stop the week between Christmas and New Year's down here in South Texas. TCH Social, Rio Grande Valley, located in Annenberg, Texas. Then it'll go back to East Texas. It'll go to Houston, back up to North Texas, since there are 2 clubs there. They get 2 stops. And then it'll finish off in Austin. TCH Social in Austin in April. As I said, the top 100 players will earn a seat into the 100K free roll. There will also be prizes such as a $10,000 seat to the World Series of Poker, as well as a $2,000 for travel expenses. And this is all based upon points. Of course, you earn the points by playing at any Texas card house, and there are extra incentives. So you do get a bonus point for any entry. You also get 4 extra points for making the money on any event. You get 4 extra bonus points if you win a satellite. You get 2 bonus points if you register on time. And check this out, you get 25 bonus points. You get 25 bonus points if you play at least 3 cities. And just to let you know, in Dallas, that counts as 1 city. So you have the greater Houston area. So the location in Houston and the location in Spring, that counts as 1 location. You have the greater Dallas area, which is going to be Dallas and Las Colinas. then you have Austin, and you have the Rio Grande Valley. So if you play at 3 of the 4, you're going to get 25 bonus points for the 100K free roll. Also, if you play in any of the main events, you get a multiplier of 2x. And if you play at any event down here in the Rio Grande Valley, you also get that multiplier of 2x. So, Rio Grande Valley, we are located 3 hours directly south of San Antonio. And it is a semi-outlier, especially when you take into account that the others are in Dallas, Austin, and Houston. So it is an outlier to the little Texas triangle, but we are 3 hours directly south of San Antonio, 5 hours southwest of Houston. There are direct flights available from all the other locations. You have direct flights available from Houston on United, flies into the main airport here in the valley, which is in McAllen. There's also direct flights available from Austin and Dallas as we are back. So Angel, Angel with the chip lead. So Gabe, if Gabe doubles up, they switch positions. One of them has 6 million, one of them has 3 million. So one double up and they switch positions. And Gibbs is going to raise it up to 1.5 here with his suited Queen 10. I don't know if it's Angel or Angel. But Angel in English. Thinking about calling here with the 7-5. I think he's gonna fold. I think he's just. It's the first hand of heads up. You don't want to fold right away, making it seem like you're gonna make it easy on your opponent. So thinks about it for a little bit, lets it go, and Gibbs will pick up the first pot of heads up play. Perhaps the purest form of poker. And we have that camera as the default camera. And I will probably talk to the production crew afterwards. Basically, all the cameras get set before the stream. So probably talk to them afterwards about making the overhead camera the default. Because you can see that we're not seeing the players right now. There we go. So action is on Angel. The camera will zoom in on Angel there. Does have a king. Should at least be calling here. Might be raising if he wants to get aggressive. Does have the chip lead, so he might get aggressive. And he might make it 1.5 just like Gibbs did the previous hand. Yeah, he's going to make it 2 million. Gibbs with the queen, it is suited. So the way the stream room is set up is there's 5 different cameras in the room. There's one on each corner, and then there's the overhead shot. And one of those cameras gets set at the default at the end of the hand. So once this gets awarded to Angel, the camera will switch to the default camera, which is on seats 1 and 2. So there's the check mark for Angel, and now the cameras are going to be changing to the default. So definitely need to make the overhead camera the default shot. But once everything gets programmed and set beforehand, really no way of changing it. Not a huge deal, but definitely something to correct for the next stream here at the Texas Card House, Rio Grande Valley. Gibbs should be letting us go. No, he's just going to call. And Angel's going to punish him. I think Angel is going to punish him either way. But when you have a really good hand, it makes it a whole lot easier to punish the limpers. I mentioned earlier these players are not mic'd up. However, there are 2 microphones on each side of the overhead camera. So I'm able to hear the players. Sometimes you're able to hear the players if they get loud. Pretty hand for Angel here. Raised it last time with king high to 2 million. What does he do this time? It's going to be raising it again. Is it going to be 1.5 or is it going to be 2 million? Yeah, so that's 2 million that he slid out. Yeah, I know it's easy to be the Monday morning quarterback, but I think his sizing is too big, especially on the button. I mean, maybe out of position, you size it up, but on the button, 1.5 is going to do just fine. You're going to get the same amount of information, but you're going to risk less chips. So Gibbs did limp last time on the button. And it looks like he's going to limp again, hoping that his opponent checks. And I think Angel's range is pretty wide here to put on a raise. And he's definitely going to put on the raise. Yep. Kind of like the previous spot. He was probably going to punish the limper either way, but when you wake up with an ace, it makes it a whole lot easier to raise. I'm curious if Gibbs adjusts here. Of course, you can adjust 2 different ways. First way is just folding instead of completing. But next time you pick up a hand, same situation, will just limp and hope your opponent raises. I like 1.5, but he's definitely going to raise it. I know it's only a pair of 6s, but your heads up. Oh, the Gibbs act out of turn? Oh no, all in call. Here we go. So Gibbs with the 2 overcards. It's a fair fight. Here comes the overhead shot as the dealers arranging the cards. Both players standing up for this moment. Gibbs flopping the queen. Looks like he's going to double up here. And yes, indeed. So Gibbs doubling up. I don't think he's going to take over the chip lead. I'm not surprised, especially once they got down to 3-handed. These players were playing pretty much fearless. I'm not surprised that they're playing heads up. They didn't even talk about a chop. And it's good to play heads up to get the experience. As Gibbs will win the pot, takes the stack up to 8 million. And Angel still with the chip lead, but now has 11 million. Yeah, so the button is actually first to act heads up pre-flop. So I would like to see a limp from Gibbs here. Like I said, making that adjustment. The last 2 times he's limped his button, his opponent has raised him. And he is getting a count on his chips. Does he get tricky and trap? He's not. He's going to say 2 million. And I know it's a whole lot easier when you're able to see the players' cards. But I do think these players should not be raising 4x. Especially in position here. But what do I know? They're the ones at the final table playing heads up. And I'm the one who played day 1A and lost and day 1B and lost. Gibbs flopping top pair. Angel checking in flow. And does Gibbs get tricky here and check this flop? I like a check. I mean, you're really worried about no turn. $1.5 million announced. Angel did not re-raise pre-flop with the ace, so I don't think he's going to get attached to this hand. Even though an ace, the majority of the time heads up is going to be good. But he decided to play it a little passive. That's okay, because he will fold it up, and we should be pretty much even in chips here. As a matter of fact, Gibbs might have a slight edge. Yeah, 10 million to 8 million. So now Gibbs is your chip leader. Doubled up queen 10 versus sixes. Has the chip lead. Blinds are up 300, 600, 600. I predicted before we started, I didn't announce it, but I mentioned it to some of the staff. I said 2 hours and 12 minutes is how long this stream is going to be. We are at 2 hours and 4 minutes. I set the over-under at 2 hours and 12 minutes. So Angel has some suited cards. Just going to let it go. Lost the chip lead. Let us know in the chat who you think's going to win. Angel or Gibbs? So blinds are up 300, 600. Gibbs doubled up with queen 10 earlier. That is his 300 that he's putting out. And now action is on him. And he announces 2 million. Gets a quick fold from Angel. So 3x from the 6 million would have been 1.8. Still think the sizing is a little on the big side. But Gibbs does take his stack up to almost 12 million. Angel with the king. I do expect him to play this hand. I just don't know if he's going to limp or raise. Looks like he's going to limp. And Gibbs also with the king. Thinking about ordering a drink. Full service bar here at the Texas Card House, Rio Grande Valley. And let's see 3. Oh, each player hitting a king, and we're going to see some fireworks. Angel does have Gibbs out-kicked. Gibbs is trapping here. He's checking top pair. He's not folding top pair. A min bet from Angel here is probably going to get raised from Gibbs, and I don't blame him. So 6, probably going to take it up to 2 million at least. And then all the chips are going to go all in. 2.1 million. And Angel should be going all in here. Does have the 7 of diamonds just in case. And he's going to see the 7 of diamonds. Not folding top pair, heads up, especially with the way the action went pre-flop. He's calling at least, but I think he's going to say all in. Yep, there's the all in. Gibbs going to double check that he does have the king. And he's asking his opponent if he has the king. He's asking for a count. He's asking his opponent, do you have the king? He does make the call, and he's going to see he is out-kicked. We do have a couple of possibilities of a chop pot here. Need some big cards to come. The board's a pair. There is a possibility of a chop pot. There's straight draws for Gibbs. And the 7 kicker's going to play just barely. Kings with Jack, 8, 7. So big double up for Angel, and he is now back in the chip lead. Each player has doubled up once against each other. The dealer will count it down. Keep in mind that we do have another tournament scheduled for after ours. Once we wrap up here in the Rio Grande Valley, it's going to be the showdown at the Capitol, live from TCH Social Austin. So Angel now up to 14 million over a 3-1 chip lead on his opponent. And Gibbs should be folding this. Has less than 10 bigs in the danger zone. He's Just got to let it go. There you go. His opponent showing that he would have got called. So Angel looking to go wire to wire here. Started the day as the chip leader and looking to end the day with all the chips. Angel started in the final table with 3.9 million. Gibbs started in the final table with 2.2 million. Not a raising hand, might even be a folding hand, but he just makes the call here. And Gibbs with the Jack 5. Gonna check his option. And we will go heads up. Of course, Jack 5 known as Motown, the record company that signed the Jackson 5. If you don't know about Jackson 5, I hope you know about Michael Jackson. Each player hit in a pair, so we might see another big pot here. Gibbs does check. Checking his top pair. Angel announcing all in. Gibbs going to be making the call. And we are going to another huge pot here. $7 million pot. I don't think Gibbs will take over the chip lead if he wins this pot, but they're going to be pretty much even. Gibbs looking to avoid a queen or a 10. And Gibbs will wind up with 3 pair. And for the third time, we have a player doubling up, heads up, as our match will continue. And if you took the overs of 2 hours and 12 minutes, then you are a winner. The dealer will count it down. And Gibbs will wind up with over 7 million in his stack once it's all said and done. These players really fighting it out for first place. Angel still with the chip lead, but now Gibbs is a lot closer with 7 million. 7 million versus 11 million in chips. And Angel's going to be the big blind. There's the ante. There's the big blind. And actions on Gibbs. Should probably just be folding this. 10-3 offsuit. He has tried to sneak in before, and Angel has punished him. Let's see if he's going to try to sneak in. No, not going to try to sneak in. He did make the adjustment. Tried to sneak in twice. Angel raised him twice, and he said, well, I'm not going to do that again. Angel with the Jack-6 might try to sneak in. He's going to try to sneak in. Gibbs with the 7 high is probably going to check his option. Bottom pair versus open ender, and Angel's going to bet his open ender. Gibbs has bottom pair and a gut shot. It is the minimum bet of 600, so he will make the call. Pot has ballooned up to 3 million. To the turn we go. And Angel applying max pressure here. Looks like he's going to get the best hand to fold. Oh, Gibbs makes the call here with just bottom pair. And Angel still has his 13 outs available. And he's going to hit one of those 13 outs. Gibbs is going to be down to 5 big blinds after this hand. It's going to go check. Then it's going to go all in. And then it's going to go fold. Gibbs taking his time, hoping that his opponent checks behind. Making it seem like he's going to bet, but I can't see him betting bottom pair here. Very dangerous, scary board. Gibbs still hasn't acted yet, but like I said, I think he's going to check. Who let the dogs out? Very, very long tank for Gibbs here. Pretty sure he knows the action's on him. He's really hoping his opponent checks the river, but his opponent is not going to check the river. Oh. Oh, Gibbs said he announced checked a long time ago. Yeah. So everybody was waiting on Gibbs, but apparently he checked a long time ago. And now how long are we going to wait for Angel's decision? Not long at all. Gibbs hates that river. I don't think he's going to hero call here. There's too much that beats him. I think he's going to save his 3 million and try to double up this next hand here. He's asking if his opponent, if he has a 6. Last time he did this, he asked his opponent if he had a king. His opponent had that king, and his opponent doubled up. Asking his opponent if 2 pair is no good. Yeah, he's going to let it go, but it was the right decision. His opponent not going to show him, going to torture him. So Gibbs going to make the fold to fight another day as we're coming up here on hand number 64. 2 hours and 20 minutes into tonight's stream. Once again, we will be streaming after we're done here. We will travel
Floor, table 9.
300 miles north to Austin. TCH Social in Austin, they will be streaming their final table, the showdown at the Capitol, after we wrap up here in South Texas. So there was a break schedule, but the players did take the break earlier. So the blind levels are going up, which means Gibbs is actually going to have less than 10 big blinds here, as they're going to be 400, 800. And I think Gibbs is going to have to double up either this hand or the next hand, because the blinds are really big now, 400, 800. Gibbs going to be putting out 1.6 million. So basically half his stack is going to be in here. So Angel just calls on the button. Gibbs cards did not get scanned. And there we go. Oh, wait. There's been no action yet. Or did Angel say all in? Yeah, there's the all in. Yeah, Gibbs announced call with the 5-6. And he's going to call it off here. And see, he is in terrible shape. Normally against two overcards, it would be 60-40, but that is not the case here, as it is basically 80-20. Gibbs going to have to get really, really lucky here. Has two undercards, and he could be drawn dead. No, he's not drawn dead. He could hit a 5 or a 6. Instead, it will be a set of 8s for Angel. Came into the day as the chip leader, and will wind up the day with all the chips. So congratulations to Angel. Got a little action here on our chat.
Floor, table 9.
So congratulations to both players. Angel picking up over $5,000 and Gibbs picking up over $3,000 from a $20 buy-in. I do realize that it does say 200, but it was a $20 buy-in. There was 115 entries. Unlimited rebuys, unlimited add-ons for $10 each, building a prize pool of over $1,700. So congratulations to Angel. And we will wrap things up here from South Texas. And stick around, as they will be streaming on this very channel here.